Studied at Woodbury in San Diego for a Master's of Architecture. Worked in San Francisco for SP Architects for about 3 years until the economy fell out in 2008, and 25% of my colleagues were out of work. So, just a little about the Woodbury history. I trained under some really innovative architect developers who built, owned, and designed their own apartment buildings for the most part. And I really grown to model my career after those guys. So I was out of work and sending lots of resumes out, couldn't find any work. Finally, I got a quick opportunity to work with David Baker and Partners, who's one of the most brilliant architects in the Bay Area, on a competition project, but he didn't have full-time work for me after that. So I decided, my brother's a really great graphic designer, and I do some architecture work. I'm not legally an architect, just so I formed an online portfolio called the Mayberry Workshop, along with my brother. We could maybe do full service design for small businesses. On the left, you can see there's a picture of my grandfather's wood shop. He was a carpenter, and he also did some graphic design. So it really tied into what we were doing as a family. So after not much luck with the resume thing, I thought, we're really into sports, really good graphic design, and I do some great design. Let's start a t-shirt company, various sports involved, to get my name out and meet people and possibly get some work. I was volunteering a lot. So, we launched 2010, April, officially at the San Francisco Giants tweet up. Social media is awesome because you get someone like Brian Murphy of KMBR send out a tweet to 2,000 specifically marketed people in his feed that like the Giants, and from there we grew a business. I had a lot of time to volunteer with Spur, who's now in San Jose, which is awesome, and the guy in San Francisco and San Jose. But I also had time to work at the farmer's market and sell some t-shirts on San Pedro on Fridays, where I met a few people here or there, just getting my name out there, which is great. Finally, I happened upon the shop, the usuals, which you'll hear from Mari later. Had a brief conversation about our t-shirt line, and she became my first wholesale customer, which was really amazing for us, after a week or two. So, check out her shop for some shirts. Yeah, even ones that aren't our designs. Briefly, I had an opportunity to work for Concrete Works. They do really high-end cabinetry or countertops, and this is a project I worked on. It's called Bar Agricole in San Francisco. It won a James Beard Award for restaurant design in 2011. It's really exciting work, but it really wasn't architecture. At the same time, I was still getting the shirts out there. We had a lot of help from KMBR and FB Santangelo. He's wearing our shirt on TV when the Giants clinched to go to the World Series. It's amazing. My brother and I went to the World Series, and that's a dark picture of me sitting on the set after the Giants won the World Series with FB, just kind of listening to the radio live. It was really awesome. Oh yeah. So the whole social media thing's pretty awesome. So I'm gonna quickly snap a photo of you guys. Facebook, iHeartCo. Tag yourself in the picture. Have it all queued up already, so it's not waste my time. We had presented ourselves the opportunity from the San Pedro Square guys to open a pop-up shop in the Spieta restaurant. We opened Black Friday 2010. There's not a lot of people down in that area, especially on a weekend. But it worked out. We had some people drive down from San Francisco. Along with Mari, there's lots of space. Mari came up with the idea of starting the first public San Jose made in our space. And you can see Kim Welsh right there is actually in my picture, walking around. But that was a great event, and they've just expanded ever since. So I've still continued to sell when we have opportunities. That's the San Jose made on the left. Second one, we have a more elaborate kind of setup. San Pedro Market, San Pedro Bar Market with my dad there. Also the Sub-Zero last year, we were out there. Really great events, still getting the name out and meeting people. And finally I got to meet the Director of Architecture for Barry Swenson, where I've recently been hired after it's been about a year. know you've seen the build here signs, but I'm trying to create the design here signs so they know we're actually designing higher quality product out there. So in the same vein, my brother, who's the graphic designer, took our shirt to the interview with the 49ers, and he's now the San Francisco 49ers. He's the one that does all design work for them. He created that stick logo. Also given some of the work we've done, we decided to break off of the Mayberry Workshop idea and create a Die Hard company for the Die Hard fans, so we could go back and really show off some of the work we've done outside of just the t-shirt business. Like I said, I got to meet a lot of people. Mari, San Jose, and Ryan, I see him up there, do some design work for them, for their little shops, and then I'm working on a little restaurant for Chris Esparza, which should be awesome coming down in the future. I've also been working on a lot of architecture with Barry Clinton. Some really exciting ideas that are, I hope, serve the greater community in apartment, beautiful buildings, but also the creative individuals that need a little something to spur their ideas. And I call it incubator retail, smaller retail spaces that really reduce the price point for them to go in and lease space. So those co-buildings. And this is really quick sketch, but we have a great project coming down the line on South First Street.